You're listening to the Plain Talking UK podcast, the UK-based by a passenger for anyone. And here it's Mr. Carl Stebbings.
Well, hello and welcome to episode number 68 of the Plain Talking UK podcast. I'm Carl Stebbings, and joining me in my kitchen studio live this week is my co-host Matt.
You have no idea how horrible it has been trying to get these two, all because of a cheap webcam that failed right at the very last
Which
minute.
is now currently on the floor.
It is
down
in many pieces. We have actually smashed it up. But if you are listening on or watching on YouTube, welcome. This is shall we turn the cameras on? Shall we?
Yeah,
do that?
turn the cameras on so they can actually see us.
There we go. So we'll go across. There we are. Look.
Hey.
You are, indeed, absolutely.
I'll wave at the camera.
Yeah. I should just explain the camera that is a slight glitch because we've had to abort what we were doing.
Yeah.
And so that's using a camera that's not really designed for that sort of thing. It was only meant for a wide shot. There we are. And I suppose we ought to see what I look like. There we go.
Oh, there he is.
Morning. Oh, well. Right.
We're both sporting our t-shirt. I must say, sporting our Plain Talking UK t-shirts.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the show.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. You can show it off properly now.
There you go. Next weekend at Riat, you'll be able to see me and Matt wearing these. I've also got my Boeing hat on.
Oh, have you?
See the Boeing logo on here.
As you do. Oh, well, never mind. All part of the fun.
So hopefully this is streaming live on YouTube.
Yes, hopefully. Yes.
Yeah. We did put the links on the website, didn't we? On Facebook.
Yeah.
So hopefully we have got some people watching us on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
If you are watching us on YouTube, by the way, we are logged into our Facebook page. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please just Facebook now, just to let us know that you can actually see us.
Yeah.
That would be kind of.
We
great.
think you
can. So if you are watching us live on Facebook, then please just send us a little message on there now, and we'll give you a mention while we're recording.
We will live. How very exciting!
So the date today is the 12th of July. It's Monday morning, and it's just coming up towards 20 to 11 in the morning, and we've got a few news stories to cover. We're going to cover in some more detail Riat, as we're doing Riat next year. This year. We're covering Riat next weekend. We've got quite a bit of stuff to cover over there and go over, and stuff that we're going to be looking at while we're there. So we've got that to come. There's no segment from Pilot Pip this week, unfortunately, due to Pip being in Malta.
As you do
in my second home.
Not that anyone's upset about
enjoying himself.
Yeah.
He's not got a segment for us this week, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my webcam. I'm frozen.
Yes, I know. I'm dealing with that. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So we have no segment from Pip, but we have got lots of news to go through. So as we said, we are recording this live. Well, we do record it live anyway, but we are literally streaming this live on YouTube. So we're gonna. It's gonna be interesting. This show.
It is definitely going to be interesting. Yeah.
So we are going to hopefully have. Oh, we've got messages coming through.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. So we are going to. Pilot Pip has just actually messaged me.
Oh, has he? How rude.
Okay. Oh yes, Pip has just messaged me.
Has he?
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because he's just being nasty now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's not very nice, is it?
I know. He's just saying how lovely it is and stuff where he is at the moment. So yes. So we are going to start the show as we do with our rundown of the weekly news from around the world and the UK. So if you're ready, Matt,
I am. Yes.
Let's go. So, kicking off first story on the Business Traveller website, and Virgin to fly the Boeing 787-9 to Dubai. Virgin Atlantic will operate the 737-9 to Dubai from July next year. The British carrier currently flies a daily A330-300 service, VS400 and VS401, between London Heathrow and Dubai. From July the 21st next year, 2016, the airline will replace the aircraft with the 787-9. The outbound service, VS400, departs London Heathrow at 10 in the evening and arrives in Dubai at 8 a.m. the next day, with the return flight VS401 leaving Dubai at 10 past 11 in the morning and landing in London at 5 to 4 in the afternoon. Last month it emerged that Virgin will restore a second daily service between Heathrow and Los Angeles this winter. We covered that story in a few episodes back.
Yeah.
So more. That's good news. Virgin bringing that Dreamliner onto the Dubai route, because that's somewhere I go.
Oh,
so perhaps I should.
It's all about you.
I know.
Yeah.
So perhaps I should sort of leave Emirates and fly with Virgin.
Really,
instead.
I can't see you doing that. Really, you are Emirates through and through. Let's be honest.
No, and I need to rack up my frequent flyer points. With
I like that. Focused on the one task.
I know.
Yeah. Honestly, what are you like?
I know.
Oh dear. Oh well. Anyway, on to the next story.
Which, funnily enough, is a Ryanair story.
Well, there is a shock. So you'll have to excuse. I'm a little bit distracted, obviously, because I'm having to switch between cameras at the moment. So we'll go to me. Hello. By the way, we are getting some feedback on YouTube directly. I'm pleased to say.
Oh, good.
And Ray Davis, he's watching. He's saying it had just frozen, but we knew that. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've cured that now.
Thank
Hopefully,
you,
that
Ray.
should be behaving itself. Picture is up and clear. Just a bit of a delay, as I say. This is the first time that we've ever done anything like this. So humble apologies if it's not going according to plan. I'm not even sure how to say that. Aeneas says wave back. Should we wave back?
Well, wave back.
Hang on. I'll wave first.
Okay,
there we
you
go.
wave first.
And then I'll do that, and then you can wave back as well.
Hello. I'm a bit slow.
Yes, and that's just in life, let alone webcam. Honestly, yes. As I say, Carlos's camera we're hoping to use this morning. That's why there's even worse of a. My one doesn't seem to be too bad.
Your one's far better than mine.
Well, I know, but that's just. Oh dear, calm down. Let's not get all upset now. Right. Anyway, on to the task at hand. While we are pointing at me, the next story is on Ryanair's. It's about Ryanair. So it's on the Mirror website, and the headline is: Ryanair reveals incredible new deal to mark 30th anniversary, and you won't want to miss it. The website is set to be swamped in the coming days as the airline revealed an incredible offer as it celebrates 3 decades since its first ever flight. Ryanair has revealed an incredible new deal to mark its 30th anniversary, and you will not want to miss it. The firm's website is set to be swamped in the coming days as the airline reveals an incredible deal which will be on offer as they celebrate their 30th anniversary. Ryanair is marking the 30th anniversary of its first flight ever by launching a special birthday seat sale with a 1 million seats on sale across the entire network for just €19. The firm's website...
Sorry, that's me messing around.
Is it? Okay. Travel fans need to set their alarms for 1 minute past midnight tomorrow. This was on Wednesday, July the 8th. So if you're listening to it now, you've already missed it.
Oh, no, it finishes tonight.
Oh, does it? Oh, well, that's all right. Yes, I keep reading, Smith. The sale kicks off and it will close on Sunday, July the 12th at midnight. So you've got till tonight, the Irish Mirror reports. We've put together a guide on how you can find the cheap Ryanair tickets here. As I say, so go to the website. This is mirror.co.uk and then search for the Ryanair reveals incredible new deals, and you can have a look and see what's on offer. The flights on sale are for travel between and the end of January. Chief Marketing Officer for Ryanair, Kenny Jacobs, it's somebody we hear quite a lot from, said Wednesday the 8th July marks the 30th anniversary of Ryanair's first flight from Waterford to Gatwick. Where's Waterford?
No idea.
Google it quickly.
Okay.
And to celebrate, as a thank you to our customers, we're going back to 1985 with 1 million seats on sale for just €19.85. The 1985 sale will save customers a further €125 million. The one thing that hasn't changed is our fares as we continue to offer Europe's lowest airfares with the biggest route network and best service. These 1985 Go on sale with Ryanair.com website from Wednesday, with a 1 million seats available across the entire network for travel between September and the end of January, which must be booked on the Ryanair.com website by midnight on the 12th of July. Head off for some fun in the sun. At least you can have a pint in one of the 18 brilliant Irish beer gardens you have to visit before you die. Well, that's a lovely way of putting it in,
isn't it? I know. It's something nice that Ryanair's done as well.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that? Eh? Yeah.
we don't bash Ryanair at all.
Yeah,
on
we
this
do.
show.
Yeah, we do it a lot.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
we do. Oh dear. Right,
Oh,
so
dear.
moving on to our next story.
Indeed.
And next story is on the Yahoo Finance site.
Oh.
And EasyJet passenger numbers rise in June.
Yes.
London budget airline EasyJet said on Monday that it carried just over 6.5 million passengers in June of this year, nearly 8% more than the same month last year. The load factor, which measures how full the plane is, was 92.7%, up just a touch from 92%. In the rolling 12 months ending June 2015, the airline carried 67.11 million passengers, up 5 points from 63.37 million, while the load factor was 91.2% versus 90.1% for the 12 months ending June 2014. EasyJet added that there were 487 cancellations in June compared to 380 last year. So passenger numbers rising again. This is EasyJet this time, rather than Ryanair. That's good. I think that's really good. The fact that they're obviously filling the aircraft even more, which is good. And obviously EasyJet they really are on a par now with Ryanair. I think there's kind of head to head in this race of being like the best budget carrier. I do think.
Well, I do. It does seem that they are the ones doing really well, aren't they? Let's be honest. I mean, you get several routes that are being closed by all sorts where there just isn't the demand, perhaps, and yet you get companies like EasyJet and Ryanair who are filling their planes. That I mean, I can't remember the last time a route was cancelled due to lack of profitability for either of the major budget carriers, really.
Yeah. I'm looking forward actually to flying with EasyJet in September when we go to Malta, because I haven't flown with EasyJet for a few years.
Right.
So,
Okay. Lucky you.
hopefully it'll be on one of their newly painted aircraft with the lovely orange logo. Yeah, the new orange logo on the side. So.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Well, there we are. Yes. Okay. Yes. Moving on. And the next story is on this is business and leadership website, and the headline is Ryanair officially joins Facebook, and first competition is to mark its 30th birthday. Ryanair has officially joined Facebook and launched a competition via the social media site to mark its 30th birthday. The 30 Names and 30 Planes competition offers 30 fans the chance to have their name and face pictured on one of the 30 Ryanair aircraft. Fans can upload their photo and download a CGI video of their own Ryanair aircraft bearing their name and face on the new Facebook page. 30 winners in September. Otherwise, on the page, Ryanair will offer its 100 million customers. Wow, that's a terrifying number, isn't it? 100 million customers, the latest route news and developments, other competitions and offers are and real-time customer service and Ryanair. Really?
In the same sentence.
In the same sentence. Well, there we are. The Facebook page is part of Ryanair's strategy to expand its social media presence. It follows a launch of its Twitter account, which has now got 160,000 followers, its YouTube channel with over 6 million video views, Instagram and LinkedIn accounts, and its new blog Into the Blue, with further platforms set to follow soon. Also, to mark its 30th birthday, as we covered just a moment ago, Ryanair is also set to release 1 million seats across Europe, priced at $19 for travel between September and the end of January.
There we go. That's miles away then.
You were being distracted there.
I was loading jingles up.
Oh, fair enough. I'll get you.
So Facebook then, they're on Facebook now, which is kind of good.
Yes,
I like that. I like that. That means I can like them.
Really?
Yeah, with the show page can like.
What it means is that it means that when something goes wrong, we can actually abuse them easier. That's what I.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay.
Okay.
Just me then. Yeah.
Just you. Right, so another story. Moving
Indeed.
on. Engadget UK, the website, this one.
Yeah.
And another Virgin story, funnily enough. I should have got you to cover this one.
No, really.
So Virgin's new in-flight Wi-Fi is strong enough to stream video.
Ooh. Now we covered this a couple of weeks ago. I asked the
did,
question,
yeah.
didn't I? Yeah. Look
So
at
Virgin-
you with your continuity.
I know. Virgin America has
Yeah.
announced that it's teaming up with satellite internet company Viasat to provide the fastest in-flight Wi-Fi of any commercial carrier. The new system uses a hybrid Ku-Ka band receiver to deliver an internet pipeline 8 to 10 times faster than anything else on the market. The Ka band alone offers a whopping 140 gigabits per second throughput. It's being installed on the company's new fleet of A320 airliners and will be put into service on Hawaii-bound routes starting next year. That alone is a big accomplishment, as the rest of the airline's fleet have to rely on ground-based Wi-Fi connections which don't work over the ocean's expanse. Virgin touts that this in-flight connection will be the equivalent to an average home broadband link, and users are expected to use it as such, streaming videos and watching the carrier's 18 channels of Dish network and surfing the internet with abandon just at 35,000 feet. This is brilliant. I mean, I thought the internet speeds weren't too bad anyway. When we flew with Emirates a few years back, but obviously they're saying here that you can stream video too. You can watch BBC iPlayer and things like that.
Yes. Well, you could be in the air and watching our podcast, as it goes out live. How's about that?
How that would be cool.
Indeed. Actually, on that note, as I say, we're getting sort of stuff from YouTube quite a lot actually here, which is good. Good morning to Tim Hitchcock. He's watching. And he says, hi there, guys, from Noosa, Sunshine Coast in Australia.
Oh, that sounds nice.
That does, yeah. Where's Grant? He's stuck in an airport.
Yeah,
isn't
where's
he trying
Grant?
to? No.
He's trying to get away, isn't he?
He isn't. He's trying to get away. He's got ash cloud incidences. Ash cloud alert.
No, bless him. He has been in a right pickle.
Yeah. Where's he? Is he just going away, or is he away on business?
I'm sure I read that Grant was going away on a honeymoon. Because he got married. He got married last year. I think it was last year.
Right.
Early this year or last year, he got married.
Yeah.
And I think they're now having a honeymoon. I think. Yeah. So it's quite. If it is, then
That's
sorry
really,
to hear that, Grant. That's really
terrible news.
really not good.
No, absolutely. Paul Tricker, he's watching, but unfortunately he's got no speakers at his end, so he probably can't hear us. But anyway, if you watch it back later. Oh dear. Anyway, on to the next story then, and this is on the Travel Mole website. Yes, Travel Mole website, and the story is Jet2 slaps unruly passenger with £5,000 bill. Is this the same one we covered a few weeks ago? Well, let's find out.
I think it's following on.
Yeah, Jet2 has charged a passenger with almost £5,000 after his alleged disruptive behaviour forced a flight from Leeds Bradford to Alicante to divert to Toulouse. The airline confirmed today that it had sent Grant Marshall an invoice for £4,809 to cover its costs. Good, that's all I can say. Jet2.com, which launched an onboard together program last month, saying it would show zero tolerance towards disruptive conduct on board, has also handed the Marshall a lifetime ban, and it intends to prosecute him for causing the diversion. Marshall, who was travelling with a party of 14, was drinking illicit alcohol on board, using foul language and threatening behaviour, which forced the captain of the flight to divert to Toulouse, said the airline. The managing director, Phil Ward, said, to protect the safety and comfort of our loyal customers and staff, we openly pledged to take action to stamp out antisocial behaviour on board, and that is exactly what we are doing. Jet2 is a holiday airline, so we want holidaymakers to have a wonderful time from the moment they start their holiday with us. More than 1,150 passengers were inconvenienced that day by Mr. Marshall's antisocial and unacceptable behaviour. This is why we've issued him with this bill for the costs involved. Most passengers have a fantastic time travelling with us, and of course know how to behave on board, which is why we need to stop disorderly behaviour from the likes of Mr. Marshall. Now, I think he's got off lightly, if I'm honest, if he's only had just shy of a £5,000 bill, because obviously, if that plane's had to be diverted to somewhere else, it's landing where it shouldn't be.
Yeah, fuel costs, landing costs, landing
absolutely,
fees.
yeah. Well, and also that flight was presumably supposed to be going to its next destination to then carry on. So that's now in the wrong location, which means significant delays by the time they get from there to the next thing, because you can't just sort of land and take off again, can? Well, unless you're Ryanair. But yeah, no. Well, I think it serves him right. If I'm brutally honest,
Definitely.
You should know how to behave on an aircraft.
I do. I just stare in awe at the view out the window.
Well, yes, yeah. What are you like?
I know.
Oh dear.
Cut me in half and I say plane all the way through.
What?
Definitely. I know. So moving on then to our next story. This one on the Travel Daily UK site. And it's Thai Airways. And they recently celebrated the departure of the first Airbus A380 direct flight from London to Bangkok at Heathrow's Terminal 2. Passengers who travelled on flight TG910 were greeted at the arrival gate by a group of beefeaters and guardsmen. Many selfies were taken and passengers commented on it, being as a text message.
Okay.
Word to you, put your phone on silent when recording a show.
Well done.
Okay,
Yes.
so the passengers were given fresh orchid corsages and commemorative key rings to mark the special occasion at check-in arrival with a special arrival performance of a traditional Thai dance and music, which was also staged. Whit Kitchgathorn, general manager of Thai Airways, he said that it had been a great way to mark the UK's first direct A380 flights to Bangkok, bringing in the new era of flight from there to and from the UK. As always, we are immensely proud of our service and doubly so now that we're the only airline offering an A380 state-of-the-art direct travel between London and Bangkok. TG911 departs daily from London Heathrow's Terminal 2 at 12:30 in the afternoon and arrives at Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi.
I'm sorry, what?
Word, at 5:45 in the morning the next day. And then the return flight TG910 departs daily from Bangkok Airport at 1:10 in the morning and arrives at London Terminal 2 at 7:15 the next morning. Now, I must say, the uniforms that the Thai cabin crew have, there's a picture on the website here. And it's really, that's very nice uniforms, aren't they? Very, very posh.
They are
lovely
very nice.
colour.
Yeah, they are.
Lovely purple colour, matching ties, their paint job and stuff.
That is it's kind of a royal purple. Do you know what I mean?
It is very, yeah. But a lot of people I've heard that have flown with Thai say that Thai do give a really good service. On their flights, so that's good.
Now, actually, we've got some feedback from the previous story here. It says, does it mention how much the extra Wi-Fi? We're talking the Wi-Fi.
Oh, the Wi-Fi.
Does it say anything about how much extra it is for it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Shall I have a look? I'll see if I can find something up on that.
I think it's Aeneus, but I'm not. I'm really sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Aeneus. If you are still watching, then please just write it for me phonetically, and I'll make sure that I say it right. I'm very sorry.
And let us know where you are.
Absolutely, yes, that's a good. Yeah,
yes, let us know where you are.
Yeah, and morning, guys, and that's from Speedbird 757.
Oh, lovely name, like that. Speedbird is Matt probably doesn't know this, so I shall explain it to Matt.
Please do. I know nothing. I really.
So Speedbird is the call sign used by British Airways. So when you're listening to liveatc.net, brilliant site, by the way.
Yeah, right.
And you're listening to a scanner.
Right.
When you hear someone say Speedbird, blah, 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 number, Speedbird 123, that's a British Airways flight. So rather than saying British Airways 123, they'll say Speedbird 123, ready to depart, runway 09 left, things like that.
Oh,
So
why?
Speedbird, it actually stems back to the old days of BOAC.
Right.
And the logo that they used to have was a kind of bird on the tail. It was kind of a kind of, I forget what it was, a speedbird.
Yeah.
It was a bird. So they had the call sign Speedbird as instead of BA or British Airways.
Well, they are.
But a lot of airlines do. A lot of airlines do have things like that. US Airways in America, their call sign is not US Airways, blah, blah, blah. It's Cactus.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
Yes. Cacti.
Yes, Cactus. So there we go. A bit of useless information for you there, but I'm sure you all enjoyed it.
Well, and if you didn't, it's a bit late now. Nothing we can do about it.
Sorry.
Okay, anyway, on to the next story. And this is on the Scotsman website, so it's scotsman.com. And the headline is RAF jets in 6 near misses at Scottish airports. Fears over safety of fast military jets have been expressed after the Military of Defence admitted that there was a serious risk of collision on 6 occasions near major Scottish airports in the last 5 years. Figures released after a written question by SNP Defence spokesman Douglas Chapman have shown that in a further 9 incidents near Scotland's 5 major airports between 2010 and 2014 that safety was indeed compromised, suggesting that there was a real risk of collision. The revelation has led to fresh calls for the installation of a collision warning system to be speeded up on the UK's fleet of Tornadoes, and for the Ministry of Defence to think again about not having such a system for Typhoon jets, now based at RAF Lossiemouth in Moray, and Joint Strike Fighters, which are due to be brought into service in the next decade. The incidents, known as airprocs, where military jets are involved in situations which could lead to a collision, are categorised according to the seriousness with A and B, the 2 most dangerous types. According to the MOD figures out around Edinburgh, Glasgow, Prestwick, Aberdeen and Inverness airports, there were 6 Category A's, serious risk, and 9 Category B's, where safety was compromised between 2010 and 2014. The issue of collisions has been high on the agenda since July 2012, when 3 airmen lost their lives in a collision between 2 tornadoes above the Moray Firth. It emerged that a recommendation for Tornadoes to have a potentially life-saving collision warning system in 1998 was ignored by the Labour government and then again put on the back burner with the Tory Lib Dem coalition Strategic Defence and Security Review in 2010. Since the fatal accident, a system has been developed for Tornadoes and is in the process of being fitted to planes. But a damning report in July by the Military Aviation Authority, that's the MAA, warned there was a risk of collision with a passenger jet, especially as no warning systems have been fitted to the Typhoons. Now, the scary thing there is if there was an incident and it collided with a jet collided with a passenger one. I mean, we're talking hundreds of lives then, aren't we? If they get that right, I mean, you could be if it was a big and sort of 240 odd. I mean, it's really quite scary, isn't it?
But you see these, I mean, where we live, where me and Matt live here in the UK, especially my side of the sort of the county here, we're in a valley, and we do get a lot of low-flying, very low-flying military aviation jets. Yeah. Just yesterday, on my way into work, there were 4 Tornadoes flying in formation over our village here. Yeah. Probably at around about possibly 2,500 feet. And there is a lot of GA aircraft that fly around here. The aircraft that I fly from my flight school fly in this area at roughly between 1,000 to 3,000 feet. And obviously, you know, when you're there in your Cessna travelling at a mere sort of 90 to 100 miles per hour, and you've got a Tornado GR1 travelling at, a lot faster. Yeah, it does pose an issue, a real issue. Obviously, the military jets do have, a form of TCAS, like a collision avoidance system built in. But if you're travelling, like I said, if you're travelling at close to Mach whatever speed, military jet, then it doesn't give you a lot of time to move.
No, it doesn't.
Should you come across a small light aircraft in front of you,
As you do.
as you do. But
No, it isn't ideal. It's well, they've got to do something, as you say, because I mean, if they did collide with a passenger air jet, I mean, it's very sad that 3 people lost their lives, but part of you sort of thinking, but at least it was only 3. These accidents do happen, but at least it was only 3 people that died. As you say, if it collided with a big jet, we're talking hundreds of casualties. Yeah.
So
no, it's not ideal.
I had a message which came through earlier.
Oh, right.
And we had a message from Pilot Pip.
Oh, yes.
And Pip's just sent me a message via the realms of an SMS.
Oh, cheating.
And
He has your mobile number.
Has my
does he?
mobile number, yeah.
Get him, yes.
So Pip has said that can we give a shout out to Captain Mike Gibbons? He's watching the show now. So
Is he? Oh, okay.
hello, Captain Gibbons.
Hello.
Mike, thank you for watching the show. I'm sure he's not falling asleep at all.
I bet he is. Yeah.
So Aina, I'm going to have to pronounce this. Aeneas.
Yes.
Who sent us a message as phonetically. You pronounce it Aeneas.
Aeneas. Okay.
So hello,
fantastic.
Aeneas.
Hello
to you.
Yes.
And also Ray Davis as well. He's enjoying the show.
Good.
So hello to you, Ray, as well.
Excellent.
Hello. Thank you for watching. Very good of you.
Yes. Next time round, Carlos will have a proper camera and he won't be on Judder like he is
I
now.
know. It's like a wave, and it's like actually it's not far off.
As I say, it's doing the very best it can. Given now it's poor. Oh no, it's all right. Never mind. Look, for a real first attempt to actually do it live and to actually do video. I mean, we should have just done a live one first and then maybe added cameras. Yeah. But no, we thought we'd go for broke. We'd do it all on.
If you could honestly, I don't think you guys can see on the camera, but
it's chaos.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 laptops.
Yes.
A monitor.
Yeah.
A USB mixer desk. Another mixer desk here.
Absolutely.
And there's a mixer desk here, USB mixer here, behind this monitor, which I'm pointing at.
Yes, he's hiding
here,
it. Yes.
And then we've got 4 laptops around.
Big plan where it was all going to be really tidy. Everything was going to be really tidy. We were going to make sure that all the wires were nice and neat, and the camera that we're using at the moment was just going to be like a wide shot, so like when we were both talking to each other and things.
We'll show you the mugs we've got. I've got
I've got a Farnborough one. Look, there you go. Look.
Oh, look at that! Look.
2012.
Yeah, I know.
This is out of date now.
All right.
Yeah.
and I've got my lovely.
Oh, get you with your branded merchandise.
Plain Talking UK mug there with Carlos written on there. That's good.
You are a mug. I don't know about.
So, moving on. Next story.
Oh right. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Sorry,
back to me then. Yes. Okay. And this is on Flight Global. Yes, I keep forgetting while we're actually here. And the headline is, it's a picture story actually, and it says Boeing donates first 787 to Nagoya Airport. Boeing has formally donated the first 787 to Nagoya Chibu Centre International Airport in a ceremony on the 7th of July. It is fitting that we bring Boeing's first ever 787 Dreamliner, also known as ZA001, back home to Nagoya, the heart of Japan's aerospace industry, says George Mafo, president of Boeing Japan. ZA001 first flew on the 15th of December 2009 and performed various ground and flight tests focusing on aerodynamics, flight controls and system performance, says the airframer. ZA001 carried all of our dreams and aspirations and has grown to symbolise the storied partnership between Boeing and Japan's outstanding aerospace industry. Boeing cites that 60 airline customers around the world have ordered more than 1,100 787s, and in Japan alone, both All Nippon Airways and Japan Airways account for 128 of the type. Wow, those are big numbers. Japan's aerospace industry plays a major role in the 787 program, and Mitsubishi Heavy Industries factory in Nagoya makes the 787 family composite wings. Another Nagoya factory complex run by Kawasaki Heavy Industries produces the aircraft's forward fuselage section. The 787 center wing box is also produced in Japan by Fuji Heavy Is it Fuji? Yeah, Fuji
yeah.
Heavy Industries. Boeing has already 2 other 787-8 test aircraft. ZA002 went to the Pima Air Show and the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tuscan Airs, and ZA003 went to the Museum of Flight in Seattle.
Yeah, I think they should donate me an aircraft.
Right. Okay. Yes.
I think that's great, especially because this aircraft, it obviously is, the obviously ZA001.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the first test, aircraft.
Yeah.
It's quite good. These sort of aircraft, they should definitely preserve and keep as a sort of a museum-y type piece. As
Really?
such. Because it was the first production aircraft
Yeah.
of the Dreamliner.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I'm pretty sure that they've got the original first 747 from many moons ago at a museum somewhere in the States. But it's good, they should basically preserve these first of each aircraft. It's good. It's a good idea, I think.
Yeah, it is good.
So going back to the story we had earlier
Yes.
about the Wi-Fi.
Oh no!
The
Right.
Virgin
Yes.
Wi-Fi. So just looking up how much it costs on Virgin America for the Wi-Fi, and they have a sort of varied cost
Yeah.
depending on where you're seated.
Right.
But needless to say that in the whole across the whole board, including first class and the main cabin, the Wi-Fi starts at $4.95.
Right.
And peaks at $34.95. It doesn't say how much you get for that, whether there's a cap or a limit or something like
Right.
that. It doesn't say on their website. I'm just having a look through. It doesn't say anything on there about what the caps or anything are or the usage is. But it starts at $4.95 and finishes at $34.
Right. Okay. And how much data you get? What do you get for it? It doesn't give you the stats.
It doesn't
no.
give you the stats. No, just going through. No, it doesn't say about any.
No, it's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it just gives you a price there. So I don't know. But it's funny though. You don't get it free in first class.
Really?
So after you've paid £1 million to fly first class, you still have to pay for the Wi-Fi.
You still have to pay for the Wi-Fi. That's outrageous. Oh dear.
It's terrible.
Well, I know. I mean, you do think it'd be the one thing you got for free in what
in first class,
or at least included with your first class. What about in business class?
I don't think they didn't have business class on there.
Oh,
I don't think no.
So just first class and cattle class, as I call it.
So moving on to our next story. Hello, everyone. Bit of a wave there.
Oh, stop it!
I know.
You're such a
I'm
tart.
on telly. Look.
Yeah, only your telly.
Okay. Flight Global.
Oh, we have 8 people watching at the
Oh,
moment.
we have 8 people.
Yes,
really?
actual viewers.
Okay,
Yes.
8 viewers. So Flight Global, China Eastern agrees to take 50 more 737s. Boeing will be happy. So China Eastern Airlines has agreed to acquire 50 new Boeing 737s in a deal worth $4.5 billion at catalogue prices, which they never pay.
Okay, right.
The Shanghai-based carrier disclosed the agreement, which it states is a purchase, in a statement to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. It is not clarified which variants of the 737 are involved, although it gives the base price of each as $91 million per aircraft. Boeing has granted the carrier a substantive price concessions on the aircraft, says the airline. China Eastern disclosed an agreement last year to take 80 737s, including a batch of re-engined MAX versions. The airline says the concession attached to the latest deal for 50 737s are more favourable than those granted for this previous arrangement. Deliveries will take place in stages, the first 10 being delivered in 2017 and another 25 the following year, and the balance of the following 15 in 2019. Wow. China Eastern says the acquisition will expand both its own fleet and that of subsidiary China United Airlines. And all these 737s are to be powered by the CFM International engines.
Ooh.
So China Eastern fly over here quite a bit, actually. Quite
Do
popular, yeah, very popular airline.
Where are they off to usually?
They're normally off to Shanghai.
Right.
When they fly over
with
here
our fly path?
And stop with our flight path, yeah.
Actually, I say that fly passes. Slightly off topic here. I was in the nightmare that is sorry, I'll switch to me. Stop being weird. I was sitting on Exhibition Road near the Science Museum in London on Friday, and of course there was something very exciting going on in central London on Friday. As I'm sure you're aware, it was covered on our Facebook feed anyway. And that, of course, was the fly past. But, of course, where I was standing, I was very, very close to Buckingham Palace. So I had a fantastic view of several aircraft go over, Spitfires and all sorts. It was a proper full-on Battle of Britain memorial flight. And I think is it the F-16, the one that they put in the back there? And it was literally flying sort of like that, like in a stall pattern. I mean, it was literally just trying to
probably
sort
the
of...
that was the Eurofighter Typhoon.
Oh yes, of course it was. Yeah. But it was fascinating to see the. I think I saw something. They had a similar sort of thing at Waddington. Yeah, that was really quite nice to see. Of course, it was a beautiful, clear day on Friday. I mean, I nearly had heat stroke standing outside watching it because it was so hot. But yes, there we are. Anyway, on to the next story. I go on. It is. Well, you see, this is Carlos has to put up with this every single week. He has to put up with this. Flight Global is the website. He says, back on task. Boeing 737 could edge A320 on 2015 deliveries. Will you stop kicking the microphone?
Sorry.
Airbus is facing the possibility of its A320 family being pushed into second place on full-year deliveries for the first time since the 737 became Boeing's sole single-aisle competitor. Deliveries of the 737 have been overtaken by the A320 family in 2002 when Boeing's single-aisle line also included the 717 and the 757. But the cessation of the what? The cessation, I want to say cessation, I'm not a CESSATION, of the 717 and the 757 production left the 737 standing alone against the A320 in 2007. Boeing delivered 330 737s in that year against 367 of the A320s. Both Boeing and Airbus have been hiking production rates, and each is currently manufacturing 42 single-aisle aircraft per month. Boeing has been closing the gap on its rivals, and a batch of P-8 aircraft handed to the US Navy enabled it to nudge ahead of Airbus for the first half of 2014, even though Airbus regained its lead by the end of the year. But the figures for the first 6 months of this year show, even discounting 6 military P-8s, the 737 family out-delivered the A320. Airbus has often managed to achieve a higher output differential in the second half than in the first, although this year it is having to contend with the initial cutover of the A320neo's manufacturer. Testing of the Pratt & Whitney powered version of the A320neo has been held up by technical snag with the PW1100G engines, but modified power plants have been shipped by Pratt & Whitney and are currently being integrated with the nacelles, says Airbus. The airframer expects them to arrive at the end of July, and Airbus will resume flight testing as soon as the engines are installed on the jet, it says. We do remain on track to begin aircraft deliveries in 2015. Airbus has committed to raising A320 monthly production again to 46 in 2016 before pushing it to 50 in 2017. So not great news for not great news there really.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they're both as good as each other. We say this every week in the story. We cover stories like this.
Yeah.
And they've both had lots of orders coming, especially at the Paris Air Show that we had recently. They both took millions of dollars worth of orders in and stuff.
As you do.
And they're both the narrow-bodied aircraft, the A320 and the 737. Are both such a popular aircraft. I know there is a lot of the wider body, the twin-aisle wide-bodied aircraft flying the skies, but all these low-cost carriers around the globe are using narrow-bodied aircraft, such as the A320 and the 737, and that's never going to change because they are literally the three-door hatchback of the sky. Small, compact, fill it up, fly it somewhere.
Yeah,
a bit like, you could call it a bit like a bus, really, I suppose.
That's exactly what they are, aren't they? I mean, they're just not on the ground, are they? Well, they are, but only briefly.
How is BT, by the way?
Oh, she's fine.
Oh,
She's had a very busy week, bless her. She was, as I say, she was in Cambridge on Wednesday. Then we went to London. Then we were in Cambridge. We're off to Summer Leighton tomorrow. It was all very exciting. I know. Yeah. I know it's a bit local, isn't it? Summer Leighton. That's not very far away at all. I know.
That's BT. That's Matt's. That's Matt's coach. That's his
yeah.
coach. Yeah.
Yeah, my favourite vehicle.
His favourite vehicle in the
I
world.
do. Oh, it's got all manner of. It's got Wi-Fi and all sorts on it. It's very exciting. I know.
So we have a top 10
Oh,
to finish
do
the
we?
news segment.
okay,
It's been an interesting top 10.
right.
It's the top 10 Chinese joint aircraft projects.
Okay,
This is rather
good.
interesting. I found this one earlier on. I thought, well, we'll give it a go.
Well, it says in a week marked by reports of a possible.
Sorry.
In a week marked by reports of a possible Russian-Chinese collaboration to develop a wide-bodied airliner based on the in-development Irkut MC-21, Flight Global took a look through the archive to find the most notable projects in China as a partner. So, now you may move the screen.
I know.
In at number 10.
So at number 10, this particular helicopter is what they class as a commercial wide-body helicopter. Looks like a Russian mill, I will have to say. And this is it's based on a replacement for the Russian helicopter, but it was a co-collaboration between the Russians and the Chinese. And it doesn't actually give you the designation at all there of it, but it's a commercial wide-body heavy lift helicopter.
In at number 9.
Number 9, heavy lift helicopters kicking off a new era of Sino-Russian collaboration, and the aircraft, the Russian was it 6? That would be XI. Yes.
Blimey.
No, 7. Jinping. 7 Jinping.
I beg your pardon? That sounds like a drink with ice.
Super heavy helicopter development program. 38-ton air helicopter, jointly developed by the Russian and where are we looking at? The Chinese presidents.
Well, there we are.
This is a bit of a hard top 10, I have to say. Not the best top 10 I've
Hey, we'll press on regardless. So in at number 8.
Number 8, Project 941 Zulu 10. Rumours of Russian involvement have lurked in the shadow of many recent Chinese aircraft development programs, but the debut of the Chang'e Z-10 helicopter gunship appeared an ingenious Chinese design until the 2013 Heli Expo convention. During a Russian helicopters press conference, Chief Executive Sergei Mikheyev announced that the Z-10 was based entirely on a previously classified Kamov design called Project 941. Kamov handed over the design to China, which completed the development and testing of the new aircraft by itself, according to Mikheyev, who added that he wishes success to the helicopter. That looks quite like that helicopter gunship.
I think, to be fair, Aeneas is right. This is a rather niche top 10.
Yes, it is rather niche. Yeah, thank you, Aeneas. Yeah. At number
7.
Number 7, the Sukhoi Su-27 and the J-11A. As Chinese and Soviet interests remained irreconcilable for 3 decades, China's burgeoning aviation industry forged ties with the Western companies. Sanctions imposed on China after the Tiananmen Square massacre in 1989 changed the balance. Shortly after the collapse of the Soviet system caused Sukhoi's visionary chief executive and designer, Mikhail Simonov, to go entrepreneurial, negotiating a deal with Beijing to sell and then produce the Su-27 flanker as the J-11A. As the scholars Saunders and Wiseman note, China would eventually violate the terms of the deal by reverse engineering the Sukhoi 27 and producing an ingenious model named the J-11B.
Ooh, in at number 6.
Number 6, the RD-9. Sounds like something out of Star Trek. Oh, Star Wars. RD-9, RD-11, WP-6 and WP-7, along with licensed produced aircraft. The Soviet Sino Corporation era also launched China's jet engine manufacturing industry. Designated by the Chinese as the WP-6, trial production of the Tumansky RD-9BF-811, a single-shaft axle turbojet with afterburner, began in 1961 to support the J-6 fighter program. A following on program to license produce the Tumansky R11F 300 engine, a Mach 2 capable power plant for the MiG-21 suffered from the Soviet Union's abrupt withdrawal from relations with Beijing. As the Chinese have always maintained, many key Soviet documents, engine design drawings, were not supplied, and 1,097 pages that were supplied had errors or omissions of the late aviation journalist Bill Gunson wrote in issue 18 of Jane's Error Engines. I like these particular, like the F6 here shows, with the engine being literally, the aircraft is an engine with wings.
Right.
And you as a pilot, you're sitting on top of said engine.
Right. I don't know if I do like that.
Be warm in the wintertime.
Well, that's true. Yes, that's always nice. Anyway, at number 5.
Number 5, MiG-19, or the J6. The beginning of the 1960s saw the collapse of the Sino-Soviet relations, but China's attempt to license build the MiG-19 came in just under the wire. As the country's first supersonic fighter, the renamed J6 was a strategic project for the PLA Air Force. Despite Soviet assistance, however, China's disastrous Great Leap Forward started taking its toll on industry. US National Defense University scholars Philip Saunders and Joshua Wiseman have written that the result was dozens of J6 fighters that were of such poor quality that they were never delivered.
Oh dear. Number 4.
Number 4, the Tu-16, or the H6. Certainly the most long-lasting artifact of Sino-Soviet cooperation. This is the Hongzhaji 6, or H6, a 1950s era strategic bomber that, like the Boeing B-52, remains in service with potent capabilities. The Soviet Union licensed China's Xi'an aircraft to produce the twin-jet Tu-16 Badger bomber in September 1957. The first Chinese-built H-6A made its initial flight on the 24th of December 1968. Although the Soviet Union withheld a long-range strategic missile technologies, the Chinese have since made up for it with the recently reported upgrade of an H-6M equipped with the CJ-10 land-based missile.
Number 3.
Number 3, K-13, or PL-2. In Sino-Soviet relations, technology mainly flowed in one direction, but China made one crucial early contribution. At the dawn of the air-to-air missile era, an AIM-9 sidewinder missile fired by a Taiwanese F-86 Sabre lodged into a Chinese MiG-17 but did not explode. The Soviets persuaded the Chinese to hand over the sidewinder, which served Russian engineers like a university offering at a course in missile construction. The Soviets produced a copied version of the AIM-9 called the K-13, which in turn the Chinese recopied as the PL-2, which was followed by an upgraded version known as the PL-3 and PL-5.
Well, there we are. In at number 2.
Number 2, the MiG-17, or J-5. Building, are you right there?
Yes.
Building on
Just trashing the place, don't mind me.
Building on the success of the CJ-5, Shenyang completed assembly of the first license-produced copy of the MiG-17 fighter in September 1956. Renamed by the People's Liberation Army, the PLA, the J-5, which led to 767 deliveries between 1959 and 1969. The CJ-5 trainer and the J-5 fighter proved key milestones in the development of China's aviation industry, wrote the Taiwanese scholar Shenpin Liuan. Another one there where you're sitting on top of an engine there.
That sounds absolutely terrifying. And finally, in at number 1.
I kind of like this one. I like this aircraft. It's
quite old school, isn't it?
Yeah, the Yak-18, or CJ-5.
Yes.
Chinese aircraft manufacturing began with a short-lived era of Sino-Soviet cooperation spanning most of the 1950s. By July 1954, Nanchang had assembled the first CJ-5 military trainer, which was the Chinese designation for a license-built Yakolov Yak-18. Yeah, I have to say, it does look very much similar to the Yak-18. This is the Chinese have designated this as CJ-5, but this is a trainer, obviously twin-seat trainer with a prop.
Right.
And
yes. When are you going for your first lesson in it?
That would be nice. Yeah, I'd like that.
Absolutely. Oh dear.
So that was a really difficult top 10.
That was not the easy
one. I don't know why I chose that one at all.
It's been a bit like that. The whole show's been a bit like that. It's all, as I say, guys, you have no idea how close we were to not getting on the air just beforehand. But
That's
anyway,
very true.
it seems to have settled a little now.
So have we got let's have any more feedback on? Tim Hitchcock.
Yes.
He's just having some dinner, chicken parmigiana with veggies.
As one does. Yes.
It's 8:30 p.m. where he is.
Well,
A
that's
nice
fair
clear night, not a cloud in the sky, not a breath of wind, but a chilly 10 degrees. 10 degrees?
10 degrees, blimey.
Blimey, Tim, it's boiling here.
It is. Well, actually, that's not true. Because one thing we don't have is a camera outside, which we probably do have.
We should get one.
Because if you do, it is actually a little bit grey and unpleasant. It has to be said. Oh dear.
So, what are we doing now?
You're useless.
I know.
Give you one job. Okay, it's time then to. Unfortunately, we've got no segment from Pip this week.
No, we haven't got a segment. He's sunning himself somewhere
Yeah.
in Europe somewhere.
Yeah, go on. What was it that he sent you? The excuse he gave.
Oh,
I mean,
right,
honestly, absolutely outrageous.
Just loading up my messages here.
It was quite funny. As I say, we got an email from him just before we managed to get on the air, and he said, "I've just face planted the microphone. I'm so sorry. This is and now it's got dear, it's got a bit of a droop."
We'll turn Matt's microphone down so he can adjust his. Right, there we go. It's just me now. So Pip sent me a message. It said, "In the absence of a segment for the show, here is Pip's top safety tip of the week." So, when on a layover for 36 hours in Malta, be sure to get just the right balance of G in your tea.
Oh no.
Sorry, I couldn't resist rubbing it in.
Yes, he's definitely doing that. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thanks, Pip. Always a pleasure, never a chore.
So when I am in Malta in September for the Malta International Air Show,
here we go.
I shall be sending Pip many text messages and pictures
of
rubbing it in.
Absolutely.
Actually, I need to get hold of Pip to ask him how he got on flying into Lucca Airport with his aircraft.
Really?
And see how he enjoyed because the runway at Lucca is quite large. Actually, it's quite a large runway.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, anyway, that concludes. We're not doing any more. We're not doing any military stories this week, as I say, because this is a bit of an experimental show, just to see how we get on. So it is a little bit shorter than it would normally be. But of course, next weekend, Carlos and myself on the Sunday, and Pip.
Yeah.
And we're all off to Riyadh for the weekend, which is very exciting. I can't make it on the Saturday, unfortunately, because of work commitments. But Carlos and Pip will be there for both days, which is very exciting. And I shall be joining them on the Sunday, and I can't wait. So, in light of the fact that it's our big air show coming up this weekend, we are going to just have a quick review, or at least Carlos is going to have a quick review of what's actually been confirmed now, because presumably everything's been confirmed now for Riyadh Air Show. So.
Yeah, most of the aircraft have been confirmed now. Some are on flying and some are static. Hopefully some of you guys and girls listening will be able to come to Riyadh and see us. As Matt said, I'm travelling up on Saturday morning early to get there for the show. I'm meeting with Pip, and me and Pip will be sort of walking around the various aircraft during the day. So you'll be able. I'll have this T-shirt on, so you'll be able to see me. But yeah, we'll be there. So please do come and say hello to us if you are going to the show.
Definitely.
So we've starting off then with from Belgium. The Belgians are sending over a C-130H Hercules, an ERJ-135, which is a passenger transport aircraft. They're also sending an F-16 and a NH-90 helicopter as well, which we've covered one of those on the stories before. The only one flying out of those will be the F-16. The rest will be static. Moving on to the civilian side of stuff that's going to be at the show. British Airways are going to have one of their Airbus A318s there. That'll be on static display. And also the Gazelle Squadron as well are going to be there with the Aerospatiale Gazelles. Wow. Airbus Military are going to have their Airbus A400M on their one there, which will probably be doing a flying display. That'll be flying on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Augusta Westland will be there with an AW149. Beechcraft AT6 from Textron Aviation is going to be there, along with the Beechcraft Baron. There'll also be from Bell Helicopters UK a Bell 429. The Blenheim will be there, a light bomber. The Bristol Blenheim will be there from the Aircraft Restoration Company.
Wow.
Can't wait to see that because I saw that being restored.
Yeah.
The Boeing Stearman, Tracy Curtis Taylor, a trainer, Boeing Stearman will be there. I'm just sort of going through to pick out some of the more notable aircraft because there is a lot to go through. But there'll be the Douglas DC-3 Breitling will be there on static display. Also from Embraer, they'll have the Embraer Phenom there, which is
cool.
a kind of a VIP transport. It's a business jet, that one. That'll be good.
Yeah.
What else have we got? There's so many here. There's so many to go through.
It's going to be a good show.
I sincerely hope you all go there with your cameras ready. So from the Biggin Hill Heritage Company, there'll be the Hurricane there at the show. There's going to be quite a lot of Hurricanes there actually this year, more than last year, I think. Jet Aerobatics will have the Jet Proverse T5 military trainer there. There'll also be from the Airbus group a Messerschmitt Bf109G.
Wow.
Scottish Aviation Bulldog T1 from the Pitbull. They'll be there with their trainer. There's also 6 Spitfires ranging from the Aircraft Restoration Company. The Duxford one, the Biggin Hill one, the Historic Aircraft Collection, and Rolls-Royce as well. That one owned by Rolls-Royce will be there, Spitfire.
Lovely.
The Textron Airland Scorpion, which I saw at Riyadh last year, will be there from Textron Aviation. That's one mega aircraft to see if you can see that one.
Yeah.
From the Czech Republic, Airbus C295M, and also a couple of Russian Mil-24 helicopters from the Czech Republic will be there. From Denmark, there'll be a CL604 Challenger, which is a VIP transport aircraft. The Finnish Air Force are sending F-18C. That's yet to be confirmed as to be there for definite, but that should be flying at the display, hopefully.
Cool.
The French Air Force sending Alpha Jet, which will be flying all 3 days, the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and also a Mirage 2000 from Ramex Delta Squadron will be there flying on the Saturday and Sunday. Germany sending a couple of Tornadoes, fighter aircraft from the German Air Force. The German Army Aviation are going to be sending a couple of BO-105 P-1 helicopters. One of those will be flying on Saturday and Sunday. Also, German Navy is sending a Dornier DO-2028, which is quite good. They're good to see. And the P-3C Orion. It'll be good to get to see those guys. Maritime Patrol aircraft, cool. Very good. Also, the German Navy are sending 2 Sea King helicopters over. The Greeks, after all the issues, the Greeks
how are they doing that?
The Greeks that should be sending over an F-16 demo, their demo team's use for an F-16 fighter jet, which will be flying Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow.
The Hungarians are sending over an Antonov AN-26, which is a transport aircraft. Another good one to see, cool. Matt.
Yeah.
The Italians, the C-27J Spartan, which we've covered on the show.
Yeah.
A couple of Eurofighter Typhoons from the Italian Air Force as well. And 3 Tornadoes from the Italian Air Force.
Yeah.
Out of all those, the only one that will be flying will be the Tornado on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Now, this is something that cropped up on the Riyadh's the feed. This covered the realms of Facebook quite a bit, but the Japanese, I think we covered this last week, the Japanese are going to be sending a couple of Kawasaki P1, which are their maritime patrol aircraft. This is a massive, massive achievement for Riyadh to get these across here from Japan, and they are going to be very, very popular with people. There'll be definitely some photos taken of those. The Jordanian Air Force are sending over a C-130H Hercules. God, there'll be a lot of Hercules there this year.
Good.
The Netherlands sending over a couple of AH-64D Apaches helicopter, along with another C-130H Hercules. They'll also be sending a CH-47 Chinook.
Gotta love a Chinook.
Oh, yes. And
Lots of noise.
Oh, and the Netherlands are sending over a KDC-10 transport. I can't wait to see that. That'll be nice.
Presumably we will see the Vulcan, of course.
Yes. I think that's at the bottom of the list here somewhere. Polish Air Force, MiG-29 and a Sukhoi 22. They're also sending a C-295 transport aircraft as well. The Polish Navy sending over an Mi-14 helicopter. Qatar, over the Emirates side of the world, sending a C-130J Hercules. Slovakia sending there's Matt. Hello. Slovakia are sending Aero L-39 Albatross and a LET L-410 turbojet transport. Slovenia, blimey, it's all of you. I tell you, Riyadh is huge. Slovenia sending over an LET 410 turbojet and a couple of Pilatus PC-9s light attack aircraft, one of which of those will be flying on the Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Spain are sending over a Airbus C295M, there'll be a few of those there then, and a Casa 101 aviojet from the Patrulla Aguilia aerobatic team. They're flying on the Saturday and Sunday. Switzerland are going to be sending a Super Puma and also a Pilatus NCPC-7 from the PC-7 aerobatic team. From the United Kingdom, from the good old UK.
Oh, we are going then.
Oh, we're going.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So there, we've got from them. We've got a couple of Apaches H-64Ds. We've got Augusta 109 helicopter, an Alpha Jet trainer, a Hawk T1 trainer from the ETPS squadron. Also, the Royal Air Force are sending over a jet that we've covered on this show millions of times. They're sending over one of their A330 Voyager tankers, designated the KC-2. The Royal Air Force are also having one of their Airbus A400M Atlas, the tanker aircraft transport as well. They're coming up with 24th, 70th Squadron. A C-130J Hercules as well from the Royal Air Force. A Chinook, which is to be confirmed as yet for Saturday and Sunday, flying. An E-3D Sentry, can't wait to see that, from 8th Squadron. That's the Airborne Early Warning aircraft. There'll be a Grob Tutor, a Grob Vigilant. There'll be a Hawk T1, a Hawk T2, and a Hawk, the Hawk T1, Hawk T2, and a Hawk T2 as well from the Advanced Trainer side of the Royal Air Force. Also, the Red Arrows will obviously be there with their
Can't go
Hawks,
wrong with the Red Arrows.
On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Forget the show is on Friday as well as Saturday and Sunday. The BBMF, the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, will have them a couple of Hurricanes there, which will be flying. King Air 200, advanced trainer from the 45 Squadron. Sea King from the 22nd Squadron helicopter will be there on static display. The BBMF again will have 4 Spitfires flying all 3 days. A Tornado GR4, there's going to be 4 of those from 3 different squadrons there. 3 on static display, and 1 of those from 31 Squadron will be flying in a display Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We'll have a Tucano T1 advanced trainer, and 4 Typhoons fighter jets from 4 different squadrons. 1st Squadron, 6th Squadron, 7th Squadron and 29th Squadron as well. The Royal Navy will have their Merlin there, Merlin helicopter, a King Air 350, 3 Sea Kings helicopters. The United States of America, our friends over in the US, they will be bringing over a Apache AH-64D helicopter, and also bringing a Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter from the film Synonymous Black Hawk.
Yes.
The US Air Force will also have an A-10C Thunderbolt. Can't wait to see that one. That'll be good. That's on static display. Another one for you to see, Matt, as
Yep.
well. This will be on static display. Hopefully, we'll be able to get an interview with one of the guys from this. Will be the CV-22 Osprey. That's the one with the tilt.
Oh
rotor
yeah, where the
helicopter.
road, yeah.
Yeah, and you'll love
Yeah,
that, Matt.
can't
That
wait to
is
see that.
awesome.
Is that flying or is that just a static?
That's on static display,
Cool.
but there is one flying.
Oh, wow.
On Friday, Saturday, and
Yeah.
Sunday. So one of the Ospreys will be flying. There'll be two there, one on static and one on flying display.
Yeah.
There'll be an F-15C Eagle from the 493rd Fighter Squadron and a KC-135 Strato tanker. Oh, I can't wait to see that. And also an MC-130J Commando transport aircraft as well. And to top it off, the US Navy are sending over a P-8A Poseidon maritime surveillance aircraft. I don't think we'll be able to get on board that one, funnily enough.
Really? Oh, well,
But
there's a
I'm sure we'll be able to. We'll try and get an interview with one of the crew from the Poseidon for the show. There's been some cancellations, unfortunately, on the civilian side. A couple of Spitfires from the Biggin Hill Heritage have been cancelled. Also, the Hungarian Air Force have cancelled bringing their JAS-39 Gripen across fighter aircraft. Kinetic Q were going to bring their Diamond DA-42 trainer. That's also been cancelled. And also one of the very sad cancellations on the list here for this year. Obviously, due to the engine fire early this year, on the cancellations list is the Lancaster from the British Battle of Britain Memorial Flight heavy bomber. That is still down on the cancelled list for RIAT this coming weekend. So there we go. That's a bit of a rundown of nearly everything that will be on display. Obviously, those of you who've been to RIAT before will know that there is not just the static aircraft and flying aircraft, but there are lots and lots and lots of trade stores on the site during the day selling loads of merchandise, aircraft, aviation-related stuff,
Yeah, I bet.
models and pictures and stuff like that. On site, and all loads of food places as well. And like as we said before, me and Pip will be there Saturday. Matt will be joining me on Sunday.
On Sunday, yep.
So
All three of us will
all
be there
three
on
of us will
Sunday,
be there on Sunday. I think Pip is going to have a kind of family day Sunday, so Pip will be with his son on Sunday. So me and Matt will be parading around, covered with wires and microphones and stuff like that for the day.
Absolutely, yeah. I've just been looking at the weather, actually.
Oh, the weather, 10-day forecast.
Yes, yeah. It's not raining. That's the only good bit.
Okay,
At the
now,
moment.
you said not raining, so obviously there is a picture of a cloud.
There are some darkish clouds, but obviously we are a few days away yet, so there is every possibility it could clear up. So we're going to get a good view. I don't think it's going to be too hot, which is perhaps not a bad thing if we're all outside.
So parking at RIAT is free of charge. You don't have to pay for parking at RIAT, and free child passes are available as well for children under 16, free of charge. There's also you can book. I think you can probably still get your tickets online. I'm not sure. No, the super early bird has finished.
Like I say, they'd have all been very good, and
Yeah.
obviously when we advertised the early bird, they would have all bought their tickets then, you see,
Yeah,
obviously
I think
to
they
save
would have
themselves
done,
a few
yeah.
quid. Currently 6 degrees in my neck of the woods, says Ray Davis, by the way.
Oh, hello, Ray. 6 degrees.
I know.
Blimey, that's not warm at all.
It's very chilly over in Aussie land, isn't it?
So the tickets, according to the RIAT Air website, the tickets are all sold
Are
out.
they? Oh dear. So if you
Blimey.
haven't got them, you're not going.
No, if your name's not down, you're not coming in.
Indeed.
But
Wow.
but we'll be there. Look out for us. Come and say hello.
Yes, please do.
And even if we're recording, just sort of come and sort of
Yeah,
poke,
just come and
poke
loiter,
me on
and
that.
then
Loiter.
we'll
Yeah.
no, let's not encourage that.
No. So
That's it then.
that's it then. And that is
For
where,
our first ever live podcast, live from the kitchen studio. I'm sorry you haven't got the best view of the kitchen studio. This is not quite what we had in mind when it came to the camera layout. But that will be corrected for next time, I can assure you.
Definitely,
So obviously we won't be doing a live We won't be doing a live one, obviously, next week because we're going to be at Riyadh. Lots of... we're hoping to get a show out there, aren't we? We're hopefully going to get a show out while we're there.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have some good Wi-Fi. I think they should have Wi-Fi in the media tent at Riyadh, so we might be able to get a quick showcast. We'll call it a showcast.
We'll call it a showcast,
instead of a podcast,
Yes,
we'll try and get a showcast out on the day. If not, we'll try and get something out later that day. But we'll attempt to get as much as we can content out.
And we'll put it out for you for the next few weeks.
For the next few weeks,
great,
and hopefully we'll get some great interviews as well.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah.
So that's where we're going to bring episode 68 of the Plain Talking, hello everyone, UK podcast to a close.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for those of you guys who have joined us live.
Do you know, this is what I love
YouTube.
about doing. In fact, I really enjoy doing it live because you get to actually stop it. Apart from the fact that Carlos keeps playing up to the cameras, and we can't have that. That's outrageous. But no, it's been lovely to get your feedback on the fly. It's been really quite nice. Great.
So, thanks for you guys.
This won't. I think it's safe to say this won't be the last time we do it live. It's been good fun.
No, it has been. But next time we will have a decent webcam. So
we will indeed.
So you'll be able to see me wave in proper speed, not slow speed.
See, I don't know what you're on about. Mine's fine.
You look stunning.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, do you like the oven as well? That's nice.
Yeah. Look, it was all hastily thrown together at the last minute because it all gone horribly wrong.
But this is the kitchen studio.
It is. This is officially the new kitchen studio.
Yeah, the new kitchen studio.
Anyway, before they all fall asleep.
So where can... I mean, obviously the guys here who are watching us now know where we are, but where can people find us?
From now on then, it is possible for you to download and listen to our podcast via YouTube. We'll sort out the proper links for that later on, because we do actually have a YouTube channel, but we haven't quite got that, because I've done live broadcasts and stuff before, so we've had to use my account for that. But hello, what's that? What's that? I can see... Thanks, Pip. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I like that.
Hello, Pip.
I can see you. It's like... I see dead people.
No, we're definitely not dead, no. Yeah, hello to you, Pip. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Great. Anyway, yes, I don't know why he's laughing. He's not getting away with it. Next time he's going to be joining us by Skype as well. He doesn't know that yet. Well, he does now. He's watching.
Oh, can I just say,
yes.
Thanks to Ray Davis. Ray has just said that after seeing you live, it makes me realise how much work is actually put into getting the podcast out. Thanks for that, Ray. Really, we do appreciate it.
Yeah, we
thanks
do.
A lot for that, Ray.
Absolutely. Anyway, before they all nod off, thanks very much. If you've been listening to us live, thanks very much. 22 people we've had listening. And watching. Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah.
22 people.
Yeah, I know that doesn't sound very exciting, in the world of real telly, but really, given that the majority of our listeners are actually sort of, it's nighttime where they are, and in the States especially, they're more or less asleep. So it's maybe that's what they're doing. That's how they're getting off to sleep, isn't it? Listening to us drone on.
I know my wife Gemma does say to me sometimes, "Oh, can I listen to your show? I need to fall asleep."
Oh, how rude!
So that's why I stopped buying her flowers.
Right. Yeah. Like that's the reason, ladies and gentlemen. I say honestly, poor long-suffering Gemma. You have no idea. Anyway,
I'm just going to show for the camera.
Oh, are you? Oh, God. Here we go.
Show the back of my T-shirt.
Oh, right. Yes, here we go.
Shot.
Yeah.
Is that there?
It is. It's there. Yeah. So Plain Talking. So while he's standing there, then, if you want to get in touch with the show, it's www.plaintalkinguk.com. It is twitter.com/plaintalkinguk, and on Facebook, it's facebook.com/plaintalkinguk.
Yes, so that's it then. We're going to bring episode
Number
68.
It's been a strange one, but it's been a
close.
lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. Yeah. So, do you have the closing jingle?
I've got the closing jingle ready to press.
Ready? Here we go. So, anyway, if you've been listening and watching, thanks very much. It will be available on YouTube. We're now going to put it up, obviously, in the normal places on iTunes and all sorts. It's available to download wherever. Don't forget, of course, you can also listen to Pilot Pip's Plane Safety podcast. What are you doing?
I'm getting ready to press the closing jingle.
Okay. Just remind them how they can listen to Pip's podcast while we're here.
Oh, don't forget, yes, you can catch... yes, can't forget Pip.
Say, focus, man, focus.
Don't forget, you can catch Pip on his show at the Plane Safety Podcast.
There we go.
If you go on iTunes, search Plane Safety Podcast and download Pip's show. He's actually just very recently released a new episode.
Cool.
Where he interviews a captain of a a very well-known British airline, but we can't say which airline
Okay,
it is.
no, that's fine.
And I listened to that podcast this week.
Oh, because you were on late, weren't you?
Yes. And I listened to that show this week, and it was thumbs up, Pip. I have to say, thumbs up. That was a really good episode.
Cool.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Excellent. Yeah. So if
yeah.
you haven't done so already, then make sure you download and listen to that as
Yes,
well.
definitely.
Cool. Okay, then. So as we've already seen, he's got his finger poised. It is where we bring episode number 68 to a close. Thank you very much for listening live. Thank you very much for downloading our podcast. It means a lot to us.
It does.
And that really is it. It's time for us to say goodbye.
So for me, Carlos, it's a... Blimey, that was exciting. Goodbye.
And from Matt, it is. And from me over here, it is goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.